Hello. Well, it's fairly clear and calm across most of the UK right now, but later on we are expecting wind and rain to sweep right across the country. A big autumn low is on the way.
And it will be a quiet and misty start to your Friday in southern and eastern areas, but wet and windy weather already in Northern Ireland. Western Scotland is on its way to all.
You need to pay attention to Matt, as always, obviously. Good morning to you. Now, I know there's almost a contrast of fortunes, because even though we've got a lot of rain, or some rain coming, it doesn't kind of negate the problems we've had from the summer.
No, we definitely need the rain. Still parts of the UK in drought, as I'll discuss with you later on. But out there this morning, actually, it's quite a pleasant start for some southern eastern areas. Bit of fog around across parts of England too. But do not be fooled. Make sure you've got something waterproof in the bag before you head out, because some wet and windy weather to come for all of us.
Ian has regained hurricane strength and is now moving towards Georgia and the Carolinas. More low-lying areas vulnerable to flooding. Neda Tawfiq, BBC News on Florida's west coast.
Well, let's talk to Matt now. Matt, the latest figures we're getting from the United States is that 10 lives have been lost, and it really brings home, doesn't it, the consequences on top of the damage we've seen, but the loss of life as well when a storm is this great.
Exactly, and I think we quite often focus just purely on the wind strength, which was phenomenal with this. Average winds about 150 miles an hour, gusts of wind up to around 190, but it's also the flooding from storm surge and the rainfall, and we're not quite done with this story yet. This is the satellite imagery from the past few hours across the southeast United States. Notice still that distinct swirl. It has become a hurricane once again after decaying, so it has re-strengthened. We've got winds around the core around 100 miles an hour, and it's set to push into South Carolina as we go through today. Here again, there could be a storm surge and flooding a major risk as well. So this is our big headache Saturday night into Sunday, this potential developing area of low pressure. It's moved the rain a little bit further north than we're expecting, and of course it is London Marathon Day, so if you are heading there, keep an eye on the forecast. It could change, but at the moment there's potential for it to be quite wet at times and later turning windy.
And Matt, if you're in Carnoustie this morning, that is what you've seen. Is that that's an extraordinary picture.
Yeah, beautiful shot, isn't it? The rising sun bouncing off the approaching cloud coming in from the west. You would want to get your golf round in very quickly, though. Red sky in the morning, shepherd's warning, you know the tale, and that certainly stands true today. Because while some of you start dry and bright, some mist and fog patches as well across England, which will quickly clear through this morning. There is wet and windy weather on the way for all of us before the day is out. Good morning, Chad. Morning, Nag. Morning to you as well. I've got the winner of our pick of the season coming up in a short while. But first, let's talk a little bit about drought, shall we? Because this scene is a reservoir near Sheffield. The reservoir is well below average at the moment. This was just a week or so ago. And believe it or not, whilst the rain is falling quite heavily across the country today, we desperately need it, because more than, well, almost half of reservoirs across England at the moment are classed as exceptionally low. Reservoir stocks are lower than normal expect for this stage of year, usually about to start picking up again, and still 11 out of 14 areas in England are in drought. And unless we get plenty more rainfall, that will continue all the way into 2023. And then, of course, we get to our pick of the season winner for this summer, chosen by you, tens of thousands of votes. And this was the stunning picture, Naga and Charlie, that won. Beautiful, beautiful sunrise. Goes to prove that red sky in the morning, not always a warning, can also be a winner too. Back to you both.
How much did his name have to do with the fact that he won that?
To be honest, nobody knew the name. When people were voting, they weren't allowed. But I think that's a perfect weather watcher name. No cumulus clouds in the sky there, though.
I tell you what,
yeah,
it doesn't matter what your name is. Your name could be storm, rain, thunder, lightning. That is a stunning picture. Can you imagine being...
And chosen by the viewers.
Can you imagine being in that boat, Matt, early, at that time of day, looking up at that sky?
I would be in my element. In my element. Sunrise, best time of the day for me as well. And to see a sky like that, although undoubtedly there's probably some rain on the way, so I'll be straight off that boat and back on dry land.
Trust you, eh? Thanks, Matt.
Yes. Let's have a look at the weather now. Matt's in charge today. Are you in charge, Matt? There you are.
I'm never in charge. I'm just marching along as normal. Very good morning to you. A bit of fog around so far this morning across parts of England. Away from that, it's been a sunny start for some of you. Doesn't last though. Grab some waterproofs if it is still dry with you at the moment, because there's rain on the way to just about all parts. That fog quickly clearing the next few hours as the breeze picks up. Not just wet, actually it will be quite windy.